After the age of 45, something quiet but profound begins to happen to the skin, and most women are never told the truth about it. The surface may look the same in the mirror, but underneath, the biology has changed. Estrogen levels decline, oil glands slow down, and the skin's ability to absorb and utilize nutrients drops dramatically. This is why so many women faithfully apply castor oil night after night and feel disappointed. The oil isn't failing them, their skin is simply no longer interacting with it the way it once did. Castor oil is one of the thickest plant oils used in skincare, composed of nearly 90% ricinoleic acid, a long-chain fatty acid that forms a dense occlusive layer on the skin. In younger skin, with active circulation and robust lipid turnover, this heaviness can be tolerated. In mature skin, it often becomes a barrier rather than a benefit. Studies on skin permeability show that aging skin absorbs substances up to 30% less efficiently than younger skin, meaning thick oils are far more likely to sit on the surface instead of penetrating. When an oil remains on top of the skin, it can create a false sense of hydration while actually preventing oxygen exchange and nutrient delivery. This is why some women wake up with shiny skin but feel tightness underneath. The skin is coated, not nourished. Research in dermatological physiology shows that the stratum corneum, the outermost layer of skin, becomes more compact and less flexible with age. This makes penetration of large viscous molecules significantly harder. Castor oil molecules are large. Without help, they simply don't travel where they need to go. What's more startling is that overly occlusive oils can slow down the natural desquamation process, the shedding of dead skin cells. When this process is disrupted, skin appears dull, pores look larger, and fine lines become more pronounced. Many women assume this means they need more product, more pressure, or more frequent application, but science tells a different story. More force does not equal better absorption. In fact, aggressive rubbing can increase inflammation, and chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the fastest accelerators of skin aging. There's also the issue of circulation. As we age, microcirculation to the skin decreases. Blood flow delivers oxygen, amino acids, and minerals essential for maintaining collagen fibers. Thick oils like castor oil do not stimulate circulation on their own. When they sit heavily on the skin, they can even blunt the mild friction that normally boosts blood flow during application. This means the skin receives less nourishment at the very moment it needs more. Research on lipid composition of aging skin shows a significant decline in linoleic acid and other essential fatty acids that maintain barrier flexibility. Castor oil does not supply these in balanced proportions, which is another reason it works best when combined rather than used alone. There is also a psychological factor that science is beginning to recognize. When something feels heavy and sticky, we use it sparingly and inconsistently. Consistency is critical for skin health, yet many women unconsciously avoid using castor oil regularly because it feels uncomfortable. This leads to irregular care, which further compromises results. Shockingly, surveys in cosmetic science reveal that user compliance drops sharply when a product feels greasy, regardless of its potential benefits. So even the most powerful oil becomes ineffective if it discourages routine use. The tragedy is that castor oil does have valuable properties. Ricinoleic acid has been shown to support lymphatic movement and has mild anti-inflammatory effects, but these benefits require absorption and gentle interaction with living tissue. Without a carrier oil that mimics the skin's natural lipids, castor oil behaves more like a sealant than a nutrient. In mature skin, sealing without feeding is a recipe for stagnation. Stagnant skin does not regenerate well. It does not repair efficiently. It does not glow. Another rarely discussed fact is that aging skin produces fewer natural enzymes that help break down topical substances. This means heavier oils remain intact longer, increasing the risk of clogged follicles and uneven texture. Dermatological imaging studies have shown that women over 45 are more prone to microcomedone formation even without visible acne, simply because oils are not metabolized as efficiently at the surface. This contributes to roughness and shadowing that exaggerate wrinkles. The result is a cruel illusion. Women believe their wrinkles are deepening because they are aging rapidly, when in reality the skin is dehydrated and undernourished beneath an impenetrable layer. The skincare industry rarely explains this because simplicity doesn't sell. More oil sounds intuitive, but biology is never that simple. Skin thrives on balance, not excess. In nature, no nutrient works in isolation. The body itself never uses a single fatty acid alone. It always combines, buffers, and transports. When we ignore this principle and apply castor oil by itself to aging skin, we are working against physiology rather than supporting it. The most sobering fact is that many women give up on natural care entirely after trying castor oil alone, believing their skin is beyond help. This belief causes stress, and stress hormones like cortisol directly break down collagen fibers. The disappointment becomes part of the damage, but the truth is far more hopeful. The issue is not age, the issue is method. Mature skin does not need heavier products, it needs smarter ones. It needs oils that can move, penetrate, and communicate with living tissue. Castor oil alone is like knocking on a door without a handle. The power is there, but there is no entry. When women understand this, everything changes. The frustration dissolves, the skin responds, and the narrative shifts from fighting aging to supporting life. And that understanding begins with letting go of the idea that more thickness means more benefit, and embracing the science that shows absorption, balance, and delivery are what truly matter as skin matures. Olive oil has been part of human skincare for thousands of years, yet modern culture treats it like a kitchen afterthought, never questioning why entire civilizations prized it as a sacred protector of the body. What science now confirms is deeply unsettling and deeply hopeful at the same time. The skin does not lose collagen overnight. It loses protection first, and once that protection is gone, collagen destruction accelerates silently year after year. After the age of 45, collagen fibers are no longer breaking down faster because the body is failing, but because oxidative stress, inflammation, and barrier damage are no longer being adequately controlled. Research shows that up to 90% of visible skin aging is not caused by time, but by cumulative oxidative damage, and olive oil contains one of the most potent natural defense systems against this damage ever studied. Extra virgin olive oil is rich in polyphenols such as hydroxytyrosol and oleuropein, compounds so powerful that laboratory studies show they can neutralize free radicals before those radicals damage collagen fibers. Free radicals are unstable molecules generated by sun exposure, pollution, stress, and even normal metabolism, and once they attack collagen, the damage is permanent. Collagen does not regenerate easily after midlife, which means protection becomes far more important than stimulation. This is where olive oil changes everything. The fatty acid profile of olive oil closely resembles the lipid structure of human skin, particularly its high oleic acid content, which allows it to merge with the skin barrier instead of sitting on top of it. This matters because collagen lives beneath the surface, and anything that cannot pass through the outer barrier cannot protect what lies below. Studies in dermatological science show that oils rich in oleic acid significantly improve skin permeability, allowing antioxidants to reach deeper layers where collagen fibers are vulnerable. Without this delivery system, antioxidants remain useless, trapped at the surface while damage continues underneath. Even more striking is olive oil's effect on inflammation, a process now recognized as one of the primary drivers of collagen breakdown. Chronic low-grade inflammation silently activates enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, which literally digest collagen fibers from within the skin. This process accelerates after menopause due to hormonal shifts, and many women experience it without ever seeing redness or irritation. Olive oil polyphenols have been shown to suppress these enzymes, slowing collagen degradation rather than pretending to rebuild what has already been lost. This distinction is critical because the skincare industry sells hope by promising collagen production, while biology demands honesty by prioritizing collagen preservation. Another shocking fact rarely discussed is that the skin's antioxidant reservoir declines sharply with age. By the time a woman reaches her late 40s, her skin contains significantly fewer natural antioxidants than it did in her 30s, leaving collagen defenseless against daily assaults. Olive oil replenishes this deficit externally in a form the skin recognizes and accepts. Unlike synthetic antioxidants that can irritate or destabilize the skin barrier, olive oil delivers protection gently and consistently. Research comparing different plant oils shows that olive oil consistently improves barrier resilience, reducing transepidermal water loss, a condition directly linked to wrinkle formation. When water escapes the skin, collagen fibers shrink and stiffen, making fine lines appear deeper and more permanent. By strengthening the barrier, olive oil helps maintain the hydration environment collagen depends on to remain flexible. There is also a metabolic component that makes olive oil uniquely suited for mature skin. Aging skin has fewer functional mitochondria, the energy-producing structures within cells responsible for repair and regeneration. Polyphenols in olive oil have been shown in cellular studies to protect mitochondrial function from oxidative damage, indirectly supporting the skin's ability to maintain existing collagen structures. This is not cosmetic fluff, it is cellular survival. Without energy, fibroblast cells cannot maintain collagen integrity, no matter how many products are applied. Perhaps the most unsettling truth is how quickly collagen damage compounds once protection is lost. A single day of unprotected sun exposure can degrade collagen fibers that took years to form. Pollution particles trigger inflammatory cascades that continue breaking down collagen long after the exposure ends. Stress hormones like cortisol reduce collagen synthesis while increasing its degradation. Olive oil addresses these threats simultaneously by buffering oxidative stress, calming inflammation, and reinforcing the skin's first line of defense. This is why populations that traditionally used olive oil topically and internally showed lower rates of severe skin aging despite harsh climates. It was never about vanity, it was about resilience. Another overlooked fact is that collagen damage is not evenly distributed. Areas with weaker barrier function, such as the neck, jawline, and under-eye region, lose collagen faster. Olive oil's ability to spread easily and integrate into fragile skin makes it particularly valuable in these zones, where heavier or synthetic products often fail. Clinical observations show that consistent use of barrier-supportive oils improves skin elasticity measurements over time, not by creating new collagen, but by preventing ongoing destruction. This subtle difference is where real lasting change occurs. The most dangerous myth in skincare is that once collagen is lost, nothing can be done. This belief leads women to chase aggressive treatments that inflame the skin further, accelerating the very damage they are trying to reverse. Olive oil represents a quieter, more intelligent approach rooted in biological reality. Protect what remains, reduce what destroys, support what still lives. When used correctly, olive oil becomes more than a moisturizer, it becomes a shield against the invisible forces that age skin faster than years ever could. And when collagen is protected, wrinkles soften not because time has reversed, but because destruction has slowed. This is the truth that keeps being overlooked. Aging skin does not need to be punished into youth. It needs to be defended. And olive oil, humble and ancient, may be one of the most scientifically supported defenders we have. Healthy skin is not built by force, and this may be the most uncomfortable truth the beauty industry never wants you to hear, because force sells products, procedures, and promises, while nourishment requires patience, consistency, and respect for biology. Human skin is a living organ, not a surface to be scrubbed, stretched, injected, or shocked into submission, and science now confirms that the more aggressively we try to control it, the faster it ages. Research in dermatology shows that repeated irritation, even when invisible to the naked eye, triggers chronic low-grade inflammation, a condition scientists now call inflammaging. This silent process accelerates collagen breakdown, weakens elastin fibers, and disrupts the skin's natural repair cycles. Many women believe their skin is aging because they are not doing enough, when in reality it is aging because it is doing too much work trying to recover from constant assault. Every harsh exfoliant, every overuse of acids, every aggressive massage sends the same biological signal, danger. And when skin senses danger, it prioritizes defense over regeneration. Collagen synthesis slows, barrier repair is delayed, wrinkles deepen not from neglect, but from survival mode. The shocking truth is that skin thrives under the same conditions as the rest of the body: steady nourishment, adequate rest, and minimal stress. Studies on wound healing reveal that tissues regenerate fastest in environments with balanced nutrients, sufficient oxygen, and low inflammatory signaling. Aging skin follows the same rules. After the age of 45, the skin's capacity to recover from damage is significantly reduced due to hormonal shifts, decreased cellular turnover, and diminished blood flow. This means the margin for error becomes smaller. What skin tolerated at 30 becomes damaging at 50, yet many women respond by escalating intensity, believing stronger actions will produce stronger results. Biology responds by retreating. One of the most sobering findings in skin research is that stress hormones like cortisol directly inhibit fibroblasts, the cells responsible for maintaining collagen structure. Chronic stress does not just affect the mind, it physically thins the skin. Cortisol increases the activity of enzymes that degrade collagen while simultaneously reducing the production of new collagen. This means that emotional pressure, self-criticism, and anxiety about aging literally write themselves onto the face. Nourishment, on the other hand, sends the opposite signal. When skin is gently supported with lipids, it recognizes hydration it can retain and routines it can tolerate. Inflammatory markers decrease. Blood flow improves. Repair mechanisms re-engage. This is not philosophy, it is measurable physiology. Clinical studies show that improving the skin barrier alone can significantly reduce wrinkle depth over time, not because collagen has been magically rebuilt, but because existing fibers are no longer under constant attack. The idea that beauty must be earned through discomfort is deeply ingrained, yet entirely unscientific. Pain is not proof of progress. Irritation is not evidence of effectiveness. In fact, the most successful anti-aging interventions documented in research are those that reduce inflammation, preserve barrier function, and support cellular energy. Mitochondrial decline is a hallmark of aging skin, and without adequate energy, cells cannot maintain structure or repair damage. Nutrient-rich environments protect mitochondrial function, while harsh treatments exhaust it. This is why overtreated skin often looks thinner, shinier, and more fragile over time. It has been stripped of resilience. Nourishment also extends beyond what is applied to the skin. Hydration status, protein intake, mineral balance, and blood sugar stability all influence collagen integrity. Studies show that repeated blood sugar spikes increase the formation of advanced glycation end products, compounds that stiffen collagen fibers and make them more prone to breakage. No cream can undo this damage, yet marketing rarely mentions it. Skin reflects internal conditions with ruthless honesty. When nourishment is lacking, skin sacrifices itself first to protect vital organs. When nourishment is sufficient, skin becomes a visible sign of internal balance. The most dangerous myth is that aging skin needs to be fixed. This framing creates urgency, fear, and endless consumption. In reality, aging skin needs to be supported. Support slows decline, force accelerates it. Even the act of slowing down during skincare has measurable effects. Gentle touch stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering stress hormones and improving circulation. Studies on therapeutic touch show improvements in blood flow and tissue oxygenation, both critical for maintaining skin health. This means that how products are applied matters as much as what is applied. Rushing, scrubbing, and overloading overwhelm the system. Calm, minimal, and consistent routines allow skin to respond. The most compelling evidence comes from long-term observational studies of populations that age with fewer visible skin changes despite limited access to modern cosmetics. Their routines are simple, their diets are nutrient-dense, their exposure to chronic stress is lower, their skincare is not aggressive, it is respectful. This is not coincidence, it is alignment with biology. The skin does not ask for miracles, it asks for cooperation. When women stop trying to dominate their skin and start listening to it, something remarkable happens. Sensitivity decreases, texture improves, lines soften gradually, not dramatically, but sustainably. The obsession with instant results blinds us to the cumulative power of gentle care. Biology does not respond to urgency, it responds to consistency. Every day without unnecessary inflammation is a day collagen is preserved. Every night the barrier is supported, instead of stripped, is a night repair can occur. Healthy skin is not a battlefield, it is an ecosystem. And ecosystems collapse under force, but flourish under balance. This is the truth that keeps viewers watching until the end, because it offers relief instead of pressure, understanding instead of blame, and science instead of slogans. Aging is not the enemy, neglecting nourishment is. And once that distinction is understood, the path forward becomes not only clearer, but kinder.